Hi, and thanks for serving 4th Avenue United Methodist Church. We're excited about our partnership with them, and this is a great opportunity for people of all ages and stages of faith and life to serve others. And so what you'll see in this video will help you prepare for your day of serving. Enjoy being the hands and feet of Christ.
One of the first things you need to do on Monday is to check with Amy either by phone or by going down to 4th Avenue to see what kind of inventory they have. They have many things that have been donated. It's very important for us to use them. They're refrigerators. This is the pantry. In this case, we found frozen pork roasts, and we decided to use those. When you arrive on Saturday morning at 4th Avenue, you'll go into the main entrance and walk in through the door there, and the office will be to your left. You will find Jack there most often, or another worker who will help you with keys and opening doors and getting keys to the refrigerators and pantries. You take your food down through this side door underneath that awning. When you get inside, it's time to figure out how you're going to prepare things and who's going to do what. Sometimes they can prepare items for you. These potatoes were cut up by their own kitchen staff. You also need to make sure that silverware is out and that it's wrapped in a napkin in the process shown here.
Make sure that when you go from one task to another, you wash your hands, especially after you touch your hair, your face, or any kind of a surface or an appliance that is not sanitized. The next big thing to talk about is cross-contamination. Think about it. When you're cutting raw meat, make sure that you switch cutting boards and cut your vegetables and your raw fruits on something that is clean and sanitized that has not touched raw meat. As far as cross-contamination goes, don't double dip your tasting utensils back into the pan where you've tasted something. Get a fresh spoon to taste it to see if it's seasoned. The other thing is keeping your cleaning supplies totally separate from your food supplies. That is self-explanatory. A couple of other things: when you're serving food, anything that is going to be served uncooked, such as bread, rolls, watermelon slices, anything, chips, make sure you either handle it with tongs or gloves on your clean hands. And you need to make sure your gloves are always clean. Also, use your clean hands when you're wrapping up the forks and knives for service, and don't stack wet dishes.
Next, it's time to begin the food preparation. In this case, we cooked roasts, so the roasts needed to be cut, sliced, and put in a tray ready to be laid out on the table. We also like to prepare fresh fruit. Notice how it's being cut here. We found some frozen cheesecakes in the pantry, so we thawed those out, and now we're cutting them up ready to serve them. Also, the drink has to be prepared for the guests. You can make it in this cooler and put a cloth down on the ground to catch anything that spills. It's made from lemonade that we found in the pantry. This table also needs to be prepared and manned by someone. You bring out the glasses and make sure that someone's there to serve. Another thing that needs to be done is that the tables should be washed off with a bleach and water solution so that they're sterile. Once that's finished, you also need to cover the table that the food is served on with a paper tablecloth. You can find that in the kitchen. Once it's been covered, you can start bringing out trays and the silverware that's been wrapped in the napkins. The food can then start to come out. Usually we place the meat first and then the vegetables after that, and any remaining items with the dessert at the end. The servers are ready to get behind and serve the guests. Also, tickets have to be brought out, and at the door, there needs to be someone at the door to hand out these tickets so that each guest receives a ticket, and then they hand that ticket in when they get their food tray. You can take advantage of this open window and use it to pass food through the window. Once serving starts, it's really time to start the cleanup crew. The cleanup crew, someone needs to be at the window where they bring the trays and glasses when they're finished. Notice how she's cleaning the tray off as much as possible in the trash can before handing it to the dishwasher. The dishwasher needs to take hot water and rinse the trays off and load them in the tray that goes into the dishwasher. It's important to get as much of the food off as possible. The trays get loaded in the side of the dishwasher. It has to be heated to these temperatures before it can be run. Once it's finished, they're pulled out and dried. We cannot stack wet dishes or wet trays. Any pots or pans that were used during the cooking process or utensils that don't go into the dishwasher need to be hand washed in soapy water and dried. The last thing you need to make sure you remember to do is wipe off all tables and areas in the kitchen and the serving area. And congratulations, you did it. You completed your serving for 4th Avenue.